Now, from the studios of Into Tomorrow in Miami, this is ITTV.
Hello, Into Tomorrow Tech viewers. I'm Dave Graveline. Welcome back to another informative and hopefully entertaining ITTV Weekly Update. Don't forget, this is your last chance to enter for our latest iPad giveaway. Swing by our Facebook page at fb.com/intotomorrow. Follow the simple instructions and you could be the winner of a shiny new iPad, courtesy of Into Tomorrow and our friends at Go to My PC. Stay tuned to our Facebook page later in the week and next week's radio broadcast to find out if you were the lucky winner. Good luck. I recently caught up with an old friend of Into Tomorrow, Steve Tiffin, who shared with us some of the ways his products help to create some of the world's greatest images. Taking Hollywood tech and putting it in the palm of your hand, our hand as consumers. Our guest is Steve Tiffin, the president and CEO of Tiffin. Steve, welcome back Into Tomorrow. How you doing?
Doing well, Dave. Thanks. Thanks for having me.
It's a pleasure and glad to have you with us in our ITTV studios as well, so that we did a radio segment. If you missed that, be sure to check that out at intotomorrow.com. But this week we also wanted to be in our TV studio where pretty much everything in this room is Tiffin, or from one of your Tiffin companies, from lighting to teleprompters to tripods to just all kinds of stuff, because you guys know what it takes to produce quality programs, video, film, all sorts of neat things.
Yeah, I mean, this was sort of our vision as a company. When we help create the world's greatest images, we wanted to do that with every accessory that you need to wrap around the camera. So here in your studio, you have low lights, you have Davis and Sanford tripods, you have Listech teleprompters, some really innovative technology products, both in fluorescent lights, LED lights, some of the newest of the Listech products and so on. So all this new technology that really can help any consumer make the world's greatest images. And so, I mean, the perfect example, the Listech teleprompter we now have with our PW4s. This is a small unit that will allow you to use your iPhone or your iPad as a teleprompter. And so if you're doing home broadcasts, if you're doing home podcasts, if you're doing stuff that you're posting on YouTube and you want it to sound professional, you want it to be scripted, you now have something that's under $300 that will allow you to go out there and use a professional teleprompting technology.
That's pretty cool, because a lot of folks are certainly into doing these webcasts now. And they've got great knowledge, but sometimes putting it in words and getting it out in a short period of time, because we all have attention deficit disorder, it seems. But you want to get that information out. It might as well be on a prompter so that you can be like a professional news anchor who folks think, how can they memorize all that? They're not, they're reading it.
Absolutely, and it gives you the ability to really make a professional presentation, not do the ums and the ahs and the pauses that happen in so many of those situations. So it really is an exciting tool, and it's really what we try to do as a company for every one of our accessories, whether it be a low light, that we're using our new little blenders, our great little products for use in a variety of applications. The Steadicam Smoothie, the Steadicam handheld device that can be working with your iPhone, your GoPro. All of these are what we consider to be tools that from Hollywood that we can now put into the palm of your hand.
And you do a lot these days with LED, especially LED lighting, and the ability to literally pinpoint and focus lighting where it needs to be. And sometimes that changes on the fly, and you've got to have that ability. You've got some pretty cool products that address that.
So whether it be with motion imaging or it be with still imaging, today's cameras and technology, in still photography, electronic flash is really just not as necessary, and continuous light can be so much more creative, and there's so many more interesting things that you can do with it. And we've launched the GL1. The GL1 is a new handheld light with a very powerful LED, completely focusable, and puts an enormous amount of power in your hands. Great technology that's just coming out from our Lowell division.
And let's talk about the Lowell blender, which we have a couple just over our heads, as a matter of fact, that are backlighting, another important thing that some people don't think about, but that's how we have the little splash of light on our shoulders, and you can see us as a couple of guys standing here and not just fading into the background, but we're blending different kinds of lighting here to do a job.
Yeah, the blender basically gives you the ability to have color control. So in addition to lighting your scene, you also can now add cool or warmth depending upon whatever your desired look is and whatever your lighting situation is. One of the things we try to do is push consumers to go to Lowell Tiffin.com, which is at Tiffin.com, basically our website, where we have the Lowell EDU section. The Lowell EDU section is a really important tool to help you learn how to light. It's one thing to have good lights, it's another thing to know really how to use them.
Yeah, that's
so
true.
whether it's a low light, which we prefer you to buy, or not, at least go to Tiffin.com, click on Lowell, and go to Lowell EDU to learn how to light better.
And how clever that these guys, and you do this with all kinds of products and techniques, help us learn how to utilize these techniques. And like you say, it's great if it's your product, but in the long run, you just want folks to be able to do better images, shoot better video, have a good time with using these products.
We believe if people are educated and they understand what the quality products are and what they do and the benefits are, they'll eventually come to Tiffin products. So we're comfortable educating people, let them go out, try everybody's product out there on the market. We have a great section on that Lowell website, that Lowell EDU, called Been There, Lit That. This is a little story section where professional cinematographers, lighting directors will give you their personal experiences where they've been there and lit that. And they'll tell you exactly how they've accomplished those techniques.
Dynamite. So if you're just looking at it as a consumer and wanting to just do better things, whether it's your kid's birthday or the kid's soccer game or whatever, check it out. Or a pro that is saying, you know what, I need a refresher. I've not used LEDs yet. Are they different and how do they work? By all means, visit Tiffen.com, Tiffen.com. We'll have a link for you when you hit us up at intotomorrow.com. Keep helping us with all of our imaging, Steve, and thanks so much for joining us again.
Thanks for having us.
Have you participated on our national radio broadcast yet? Did you know that you win fabulous prizes when you do join us? And it is radio after all, so we need to hear you. If you have any tech-related questions or comments or opinions or maybe useful tips for our audience or want to share a little tech rage, call us toll-free anytime, 24/7, 1-800-899-4686. That's 800-899-INTO. Or listen and participate with audio via our free Into Tomorrow apps, especially if your local radio station doesn't carry all 3 hours of our show. We love hearing from you, and you'll love it too, I promise. Are you ready to travel back into yesterday? Chris joins us again with This Week in Tech History, including the birth of a very popular computer company.
This week in 1880, the first electric streetlights ever installed by a municipality were turned on in Wabash, Indiana. In 1951, Remington Rand delivered the first UNIVAC 1 computer to the United States Census Bureau. In 1960, the first U.S. weather satellite was launched. Tiros 1 was put into orbit, and soon meteorologists saw the first pictures of a mid-latitude cyclone over the northeastern United States. In 1970 this week, Explorer 1 re-entered the Earth's atmosphere after spending 12 years in orbit. And this week in 1976, Apple Inc. was formed by Steve Jobs, Steve Wozniak, and Ronald Wayne. That's our look back at This Week in Tech History, brought to you by IFA, the International Funkausstellung in Berlin, the global innovation show with a rich history all its own. Get more info at ifa-berlin.com. We invite you to get social with us. Follow us on Twitter at IT Radio Show or like us on Facebook at fb.com/intotomorrow. And don't forget to enter the iPad giveaway before time is up. The winner will be announced this coming week. Find links to all of our social media sites at intotomorrow.com.
Thanks, Chris. If you don't already subscribe to our free once-a-week tech newsletter, you should. It's full of all sorts of tech information, news, tips, and info on all of our upcoming shows, along with Beth's Tech Tip of the Week. To subscribe, stop by intotomorrow.com and enter your email address in the red box right there on the main page. You'll get an email asking you to confirm your subscription. Accept it by clicking the link in that email, and you'll have Into Tomorrow in your inbox once every week. Well, that wraps it up for this week's ITTV show. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any of our videos, and hurry, enter to win the iPad. I'm Dave Graveline. We'll see you real soon.